Are you eating healthy and still destroying your kidneys without even knowing it? A 67-year-old patient, let's call her Margaret, did everything right. She avoided red meat. She swapped soda for green juice. She even started her mornings with a spinach smoothie, proud that she was finally eating clean. But a few months later, she landed in the emergency room with stage 3 kidney disease and absolutely no idea how it happened. Her doctor looked her in the eye and said something that shattered her understanding of healthy eating. "It wasn't your bad habits, Margaret. It was your good ones done the wrong way." The terrifying truth is that you can lose up to 90% of your kidney function before a single obvious symptom shows up. You might feel fine, maybe just a little more tired than usual. Maybe your sleep feels lighter, more restless. Maybe your ankles swell a little in the evening. Harmless, right? Wrong. These are quiet alarms, signals that your kidneys are under stress. And here's the kicker. Some of the foods we've been told to eat more of, the so-called superfoods, might actually be pushing your kidneys over the edge. Meal by meal, bite by bite. Today, we're going to expose 6 vegetables that may be silently sabotaging your kidneys, even if you think you're eating healthy. Then we'll show you 4 powerful healing vegetables that can help cleanse and protect your kidneys naturally, affordably, and safely, especially after age 60. The number 1 most dangerous vegetable on this list is hiding in nearly every clean-eating diet out there. And the number 1 healing food costs less than $1 and takes 0 prep time, but works better than supplements priced at $50. This isn't about fear, it's about knowledge, so you can finally take back control of your kidneys, your energy, and your life. Number 1, concentrated tomato products. Before you panic, we're not telling you to stop eating fresh tomatoes. The real danger lies in the concentrated versions hiding in your pantry. Tomato sauce, tomato paste, ketchup, and juice. All the things that feel healthy because they came from a vegetable. These concentrated tomato products are potassium bombs. A single cup of unsalted tomato sauce can pack up to 1,000 milligrams of potassium. That's nearly half of what someone with kidney issues should have in an entire day. Add in a bowl of pasta with double the sauce, and you've just silently overwhelmed your kidneys without realizing it. Here's the scary part. When your kidneys are no longer filtering properly, potassium doesn't just stay in your bloodstream, it builds up. And that buildup can trigger something called hyperkalemia, a condition that can cause muscle weakness, fatigue, and worst of all, sudden heart rhythm failure. Yes, the same sauce you pour lovingly over your spaghetti could, over time, contribute to a heart that stops beating. This isn't scare tactics. This is medical truth, backed by the National Kidney Foundation and nephrologists worldwide. Their recommendation? Limit all concentrated tomato products. Fresh raw tomatoes in moderation are usually fine, but sauces, pastes, and canned juices need to be reduced with serious portions control and awareness. I treated Robert, a 59-year-old retiree who was proud of making healthy homemade pasta sauce every Sunday. He'd use an entire can of tomato paste, thinking he was avoiding processed foods. That single meal was delivering over 1,500 milligrams of potassium to his already compromised kidneys. When we reduced his tomato sauce to 2 tablespoons per serving and added kidney-safe herbs for flavor, his potassium levels stabilized within 6 weeks. The real threat isn't always the vegetable itself. It's what we turn it into. But tomatoes aren't the only comfort food hiding a dark side. Number 2, potatoes. If tomato sauce is a stealth attack, then potatoes are a full-on ambush. Baked, mashed, roasted, fried, potatoes are everywhere. They're comfort food, childhood memories, holiday traditions. But if you're over 60 or have even mild kidney decline, those buttery mashed potatoes on your plate might be quietly pushing your kidneys toward crisis. A single medium-sized baked potato can contain up to 1,000 milligrams of potassium. Sweet potatoes are even higher, up to 1,200 milligrams per cup of mashed sweet potato. That's your entire daily limit for potassium in one side dish. It's not just the numbers, it's the effect. When your kidneys slow down, they struggle to flush out excess potassium. And when potassium backs up, it doesn't just make you tired, it threatens your heart. Think of your kidneys as a dam holding back a river. Now imagine the dam is cracking and potassium is flooding your bloodstream, overwhelming your heart's rhythm control. That's hyperkalemia. And it's no joke. But aren't sweet potatoes healthy? They're full of vitamin A, right? Yes. But no nutrient is worth risking a cardiac emergency. That's why kidney experts strongly recommend limiting or modifying how you eat potatoes. One proven technique is called leaching. Cut the potatoes into small pieces, soak them for hours, then boil them in fresh water. It can cut potassium by up to 70%. But even then, portion control is key. Don't guess, measure. Because the line between food and toxin is thin when your kidneys are compromised. Linda, a 64-year-old grandmother, was hospitalized with dangerous potassium levels after a Thanksgiving dinner, where she ate large portions of mashed sweet potatoes, regular mashed potatoes, and roasted red potatoes. She had no idea that her healthy, vegetable-focused meal was a potassium overload that sent her heart rhythm into chaos. Now she uses the leaching method and limits herself to quarter-cup portions of properly prepared potatoes. Number 3, beets. Here's where things get complicated. Beets, the darling of wellness blogs, the star of every lower your blood pressure naturally post. And yes, it's true. Beets can improve circulation. That's why athletes love beet juice. That's why you'll find it in trendy health shots and detox smoothies. But what almost no one tells you is this: beets are a double-edged sword for your kidneys. First, they're rich in potassium, just like potatoes and tomatoes. A single glass of beet juice can contain upwards of 450 to 600 milligrams of potassium. Concentrated beet powder or health shots can easily double or triple that number. But potassium isn't even the scariest part. Beets are loaded with oxalates, tiny plant compounds that can crystallize inside your kidneys. These crystals can clog, scratch, and inflame your delicate kidney tubules, leading to painful kidney stones, or worse, acute kidney damage. When you juice or blend beets, you're not just concentrating flavor, you're concentrating a direct threat. This isn't hypothetical. Medical journals have documented real cases of kidney failure in people who drank beet juice daily for weeks, believing they were getting healthier. Instead, they were flooding their bodies with oxalates and overwhelming their kidneys' ability to cope. That's why nephrologists worldwide issue a clear warning. If you have kidney concerns, beet juice is off the table. Full stop. It's not about fear. It's about protecting the very organs that clean your blood every second of your life. I remember treating David, a 48-year-old fitness enthusiast who started drinking 16 ounces of fresh beet juice daily after reading about its performance benefits. Within 3 weeks, he was in the emergency room with acute kidney injury and oxalate crystals visible in his urine. His kidney function took 6 months to recover, and he'll never be able to drink beet juice again without risking permanent damage. Number 4. Rhubarb. You probably didn't expect this one. It's bright, tangy, shows up in sweet pies and pretty jams. But beneath that cheerful color, rhubarb hides a dark truth. It's one of the most kidney-toxic vegetables on the planet. We're not talking about long-term wear and tear. We're talking about sudden acute kidney injury after just one high dose. And that risk comes from oxalic acid, a compound found in extremely high concentrations in rhubarb. A single cup of diced rhubarb contains over 1,000 milligrams of oxalates, 20 times the safe daily limit for people with kidney issues. And here's the part most people miss. You're not just getting rhubarb from a slice of pie. In rhubarb jams, sauces, and fillings, the oxalate load becomes even more concentrated. One heaping spoonful can push already vulnerable kidneys into crisis mode. Medical journals have published cases of rhubarb-induced kidney failure, confirmed by kidney biopsies showing oxalate crystal blockages. We're talking about people with no prior kidney diagnosis ending up in the emergency room with kidney function crashing within days. That's why the medical stance is firm. Rhubarb should be permanently off limits for anyone with kidney concerns. Even one slice of pie is too much when the risk includes permanent damage. Sarah, a 56-year-old teacher, ended up on temporary dialysis after eating rhubarb crisp at 3 different family gatherings over one weekend. The concentrated oxalate load from multiple servings caused such severe crystal formation in her kidneys that her filtration dropped by 80% in 48 hours. Her kidneys eventually recovered, but she'll never be able to eat rhubarb again. Number 5. Swiss chard. If rhubarb is the sweet assassin, then Swiss chard is its quiet, leafy cousin, smiling on your plate while quietly overwhelming your kidneys from both sides. At first glance, it looks harmless, just another leafy green, right? But Swiss chard is one of the most dangerous vegetables for anyone with declining kidney function because it brings 2 toxic elements in one bite: a massive load of potassium and a heavy dose of oxalates. 1 cup of cooked Swiss chard delivers nearly 1,000 milligrams of potassium, right up there with potatoes and tomato sauce. But that same cup can also contain up to 1,200 milligrams of oxalates, a level that most kidneys simply can't process safely, especially if they're already struggling. You might be thinking, can I just boil it? Yes and no. While boiling does reduce some soluble oxalates, it barely touches the potassium load. That means you're still swallowing a high-risk combination that can spike your potassium levels and lay the groundwork for kidney stone formation, all in the name of eating clean. Swiss chard is what I call a silent overload, because unlike processed junk food, you don't see this one coming. It's green, natural, recommended on plant-based blogs, but for kidneys on the edge, it's simply too much. Michael, a 62-year-old who switched to a plant-based diet for his health, was eating Swiss chard salads daily, thinking he was doing everything right. Within 2 months, his potassium levels spiked to dangerous levels, and he developed his first kidney stone. The combination of high potassium and oxalates had overwhelmed his system despite his good intentions. Number 6. Raw spinach. If there's one vegetable you'd bet your health on, it's spinach. Low in calories, packed with nutrients, praised by every wellness blog on the internet. It's in green smoothies, meal plans, and even baby food. But here's the truth. No one tells you. Spinach is the most dangerous vegetable for your kidneys. Period. Why? Because it holds one of the highest concentrations of soluble oxalates of any food on the planet. 100 grams of raw spinach contains around 970 milligrams of oxalates. That's nearly 20 times the safe threshold for someone with kidney concerns. When you juice spinach or blend it into smoothies like millions of clean eaters do every morning, you're not eating 1 cup. You're consuming 3, 4, sometimes more. That's over 2,000 milligrams of oxalates in a single glass. And that's a recipe for disaster. Oxalates don't just float through the body. They bind with calcium and form sharp crystals inside your kidneys. These crystals can scar and block your kidney tubules, causing a condition called acute oxalate nephropathy. It sounds rare, but it's happening more and more. Healthy adults with zero kidney history have landed in dialysis because they drank spinach smoothies daily, thinking they were doing everything right. The message is direct. Never, under any circumstance, blend or juice raw spinach if you have kidney concerns. You can still get all the nutrient spinach offers from safer sources, because no vitamin is worth trading your kidneys for. Jennifer, a 34-year-old yoga instructor, was hospitalized with acute kidney failure after drinking green smoothies with 2 cups of raw spinach every morning for 6 weeks. Her kidneys were so clogged with oxalate crystals that she required emergency treatment and months of recovery. She had no family history of kidney disease and was in perfect health otherwise. Now that we've exposed the dangerous vegetables hiding in healthy diets, let's turn to the healing foods that can actually support your kidneys' recovery and protection. Healing vegetable 1, cauliflower. After everything we've just uncovered, you might feel overwhelmed. But here's the beauty of it. Your kidneys are incredibly resilient. When you stop overloading them and start feeding them the right support, they respond. Enter cauliflower. No hype, no trendy label, just a humble, pale vegetable that's one of the safest, most kidney-friendly foods you can eat, especially if you're over 60. Unlike the heavy hitters we just exposed, cauliflower is low in potassium, phosphorus, sodium, and oxalates, the exact mineral combination you want to minimize for stressed kidneys. 1 cup of cooked cauliflower contains just 88 milligrams of potassium, 20 milligrams of phosphorus, and 9 milligrams of sodium. That's incredibly low and incredibly healing. But it's not just safe, it's adaptable. Cauliflower can be roasted, steamed, grilled, or mashed. One of the most effective kidney-friendly swaps is simple. Mashed cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. Same comfort, same creamy texture, zero potassium overload. Add roasted garlic, a touch of low-sodium cream cheese, or a drizzle of olive oil and herbs, and it becomes a warm, healing dish that feels like home. Plus, as part of the cruciferous family, cauliflower brings natural anti-inflammatory compounds, which is critical when you're trying to calm and repair kidney tissue. Healing doesn't have to start in a supplement bottle. Sometimes it starts with a single affordable vegetable, quietly doing the job your kidneys wish you'd asked for years ago. Healing vegetable 2, red bell peppers. If cauliflower is your gentle cleanser, then red bell pepper is your bold protector. Bright, crunchy, naturally sweet, this colorful vegetable doesn't just liven up your plate, it shields your kidneys from the inside out. Red bell peppers are packed with vitamin C and powerful antioxidants that help neutralize oxidative stress, a destructive process that inflames tissues, damages blood vessels, and accelerates kidney decline, especially in chronic kidney disease. Here's where red bell peppers shine. While they're loaded with protective compounds, they're also low in the minerals that burden your kidneys. 1 cup of chopped red bell pepper contains only 251 milligrams of potassium, 30 milligrams of phosphorus, and just 4 milligrams of sodium. That's an amazing ratio. High defense, low damage. According to the Cleveland Clinic and other leading health sources, red bell peppers are one of the top vegetables recommended for kidney health. They're delicious whether you eat them raw in a salad, roasted in the oven, or stuffed with quinoa and herbs for a satisfying kidney-safe meal. Their sweetness comes naturally without added sugar or harmful acids. And their bright red color isn't just for show, it's a visual cue for the rich antioxidant load inside, including lycopene, beta-carotene, and flavonoids. These compounds don't just support your kidneys, they help your whole cardiovascular system stay stronger longer. If you're looking for a vegetable that feels good, tastes good, and does good inside your body, red bell peppers are the clear winner. Healing vegetable 3, garlic. Sometimes healing doesn't look glamorous. Sometimes it smells strong, has a sharp bite, and comes with centuries of healing wisdom behind it. Garlic has been used for thousands of years, not just to flavor food, but to fight disease. And today, we finally understand why. Garlic is packed with organosulfur compounds, especially one called allicin, which gives it that distinct smell and powerful healing properties. Allicin is a natural anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and blood pressure regulator. That matters because chronic kidney disease often goes hand in hand with high blood pressure and oxidative stress, both of which speed up kidney damage if left unchecked. But garlic helps calm the storm. It supports better blood flow, reduces inflammation in kidney tissues, and even mimics the action of certain prescription medications without the side effects. In one 2017 study on CKD animal models, garlic extract containing allicin reduced blood pressure, lowered oxidative damage, and improved kidney function at a level similar to losartan, a commonly prescribed blood pressure drug. How you use garlic matters. To get the full benefit, try this simple trick: chop or crush it, then wait 5 to 10 minutes before cooking. That resting time allows the allicin to fully activate. After that, you can cook it into nearly anything: soups, sautés, sauces, adding flavor without adding sodium. 1 clove of garlic has almost 0 potassium, phosphorus, or sodium. That means you can use it generously, even daily, without worrying about mineral overload. Patricia, a 60-year-old with stage 3 CKD, started adding 2 crushed garlic cloves to her daily meals after learning about its benefits. Within 3 months, her blood pressure dropped from 150/95 to 135/82, and her inflammatory markers decreased significantly. Her nephrologist was impressed with the improvement and encouraged her to continue. Healing vegetable 4, cabbage. We arrive at the quiet champion of kidney health. Not fancy, not trendy, but powerful, in a way most people never realize. While other vegetables fight inflammation directly, Cabbage goes a step further. It activates your body's own internal defense system, turning your kidneys into better protectors of themselves. The secret lies in a compound called sulforaphane, which helps trigger a cellular pathway known as NRF2. That pathway is your body's built-in anti-inflammatory command center. It tells your cells to produce more of their own antioxidants, repair enzymes, and detoxifiers. In other words, cabbage doesn't just help fight damage. It helps your kidneys become more resilient to it. This isn't speculation. A 2021 systematic review in the journal Antioxidants confirmed that sulforaphane-rich vegetables, especially cabbage, can help slow the progression of kidney disease by supporting that NRF2 pathway. That's real science, delivered by a vegetable that costs less than $1 a pound. Nutritionally, it checks every kidney box. Low in potassium, at 172 milligrams per cup, low phosphorus, low sodium, and essentially zero oxalates. You can enjoy it raw in coleslaw, lightly steamed, or sautéed with a little olive oil and garlic for a kidney-safe side that comforts as much as it heals. And perhaps most importantly, it's accessible. It doesn't require a supplement subscription, a fancy blender, or a farmer's market budget. It's sitting there in every grocery store, waiting to help you reclaim your energy, clarity, and peace of mind. Because healing isn't about perfection. It's about small, smart steps that shift the tide. Before we wrap up, there's one last thing we need to clear up. Something that causes more confusion than almost anything else in kidney health. The word detox. You've seen the ads: detox teas, juice cleansers, 7-day flushes. They promise to clean your kidneys, boost energy, and make everything better overnight. But here's what every honest nephrologist wants you to know. Your kidneys already are the detox system. They filter nearly 50 gallons of blood every single day, 24/7, without asking for a supplement, a cleanse, or a trendy tea. The problem isn't that your kidneys are dirty. It's that they're overwhelmed, overloaded, strained from years of excess potassium, phosphorus, sodium, sugar, and artificial ingredients. Real kidney cleansing doesn't come from a bottle. It comes from removing the load and adding support. It's about cutting out the foods that hurt your kidneys and bringing in the ones that help them heal. It's about hydration, balance, and doing small things consistently, not chasing fast fixes. The detox industry sells fear and mystery, but real kidney health is simple. And now you have the knowledge to make it happen. Your path forward. Not all vegetables are created equal, especially when it comes to protecting your kidneys. But the most important message is this: you are not powerless. Even if you've made some mistakes in the past, even if your lab numbers aren't where you want them to be, change is still possible. Starting with the next meal on your plate, take it one step at a time. Swap out one risky food. Add one healing vegetable. Drink a little more water. Ask one more question at your next checkup. These small shifts, done consistently, can create real change because your kidneys aren't asking for perfection. They're asking for relief. And with the right support, they can bounce back in ways that surprise you. Margaret, the patient I mentioned at the beginning, made these exact changes. She eliminated her morning spinach smoothies, reduced her tomato sauce portions, and started eating cauliflower mash with garlic twice a week. 6 months later, Her kidney function had stabilized, her energy returned, and her doctor was amazed at the improvement. Your kidneys may be silent, but your choices speak loudly. Let's make them count. Remember, healing begins with knowledge, continues with action, and succeeds with consistency. What vegetable are you going to eliminate first, and which healing food will you add to your next meal? Your kidneys are waiting for the support they deserve, and now you have the power to give it to them.